Yo, what's going on? We are live here on Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Let me get this. Jeez.
Oh yeah, anal retentive Steve got to be on the corner.
I gotta be in the corner. I don't know why.
The boss is always in the top left.
No, I don't know why that is. It gets to me. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, I am Steve. I got the one man mega power.
Oh, I have to change that. But okay, yes, I am from New York.
It's still.
It'll change during the show. I guarantee it.
Yes. What's happening, Timmy?
Same shit, man. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad we're gonna have some fun. Let's talk some goddamn sports. Let's go.
Yes.
Yep.
Enforcer. Right on down there. What's going on, my friend?
Not much, man. Like Tim said, happy to have you back. We had an eventful award show last week that you missed out on. I thought it went really well, though.
Who knew Messi would be the spokesman for Unsportsmanlike Conduct?
Cleaning up on Unsportsmanlike Conduct last week. A show that doesn't even really talk about soccer that much. Cleaned up the awards.
Got to make it somehow, right? All right, so we'll get into the fellas talked about. They went down their rankings of the quarterbacks a couple weeks ago. I joined in the fray. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the discrepancies there. Although there's a potential that the biggest discrepancy is not going to be joining the show today. So that might be the biggest conversation that does not happen, right? And we'll talk a little bit about the home run derby, and then there's a game that I've been teasing for 2 weeks,
which we know nothing about.
We know nothing about what it is, but we're
nothing about.
I love it.
Every time the guys have asked what the game is, I've just put what's his name from Jigsaw. Thank you. I just put that dude up and the puppet. And today, Ant says, so we're just going into this blind. Yep, that's right. That's right.
All right, let's do it.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, I promise you. And I guarantee you've seen it before, but I don't know that it's ever been done live before. So we might be making history.
History-making game.
That's right. So
no whammies, stop.
No whammies.
So do you want to play porno password? Do you want to play porno password? Is that what it is?
Naked Twister, baby. Let's do it.
I'll play.
All right. Timmy, I cut you off there. I had my finger on the button. I was ready to go.
All right. Okay.
Naked Twister.
I think it still got in there. I think everyone heard it.
That's what she said?
I think people were a little worried coming back from the intro there.
Please have clothes on.
No.
We just made everyone play Russian roulette and they didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Surprise. All right. Well, I guess the first thing that we should talk about, kind of funny type of a thing here is Hard Knocks, and who has been chosen to be a part of Hard Knocks. I mean, this is part of the script, right, guys?
Yeah, I was actually very excited about it because now I know they're definitely not winning anything.
You know what the problem with the Jets being chosen is, it's not like the Rex Ryan when they had Rex Ryan. They don't have no personality. I don't see the personality coming out of it. Like Rex Ryan was built for that show. He was built for Hard Knocks. He's a Hard Knocks coach. He should be on there every year anyway, just for the hell of it. Just pop up and.
I agree with that.
But as far as this coaching staff, who I can't stand, what's his name?
Robert Saleh.
He's terrible. So I don't know how well he's going to.
Hey, watch it. He keeps receipts.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Careful.
So I don't know how well the coaching is going to come across. Because you look at the Lions last year. The most entertaining thing was that coaching staff.
Yes.
First of all, they had 5 retired players that we all grew up with. So that makes you feel old because we knew all the coaches as players. Like, holy shit! This team, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to watch it, of course. I love watching Hard Knocks, but the Jets.
Is it gonna be Rogers like talking
about cave
condescendingly
mushrooms?
Oh, it's going to be
about
the Rogers
mushrooms? How they should be the one taking the mushrooms, which may or may not be true. But Ant, what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing coming off of what I felt was a great Hard Knocks year last year with the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell. You talked about Rex Ryan being a guy that could do that every year. I think Dan Campbell could motivate me to jump through a wall. Honestly, I don't know how great of a football coach he is, but in terms of motivating people, yeah, he's got it. And yeah, I really enjoyed last year, and it feels like kind of a downgrade to go to the Jets. Like, I get it; they're the exciting team now because they have Aaron Rodgers, but like, I agree with Tim. Like, what person we're going to see Aaron Rodgers talk about himself for an hour every week? Like, come on, I don't want to watch that. I will, but I don't want to.
him and Lazard throwing digs at the Packers, maybe.
Oh,
didn't they sign Randall Cobb too?
Did that finally happen?
I thought they did. Maybe not. I don't know. Who cares?
I mean, it was talked about. I mean, it's been talked about since before Rodgers even got to the Jets. His famous
make me look this up
list.
I thought he did, but I wasn't sure.
All right. So, well, I completely agree with you guys. It's going to be a Rodgers-a-thon. He's going to be involved in everything. He did sign. They're gonna want to make it seem that Rodgers is super heavily involved in everything that goes on with the Jets to make it seem that the Packers were out of their minds for letting him go. And because remember how they said he was never involved with anything. He didn't go out there with the receivers, his new receivers. They never hung out or got the chemistry. So I guarantee you they're going to be like, oh, all these feel-good Rodgers moments that are going to make all of us sick.
Yeah, buying them jewelry and dinners and all that stuff. Oh, yeah, it's coming. Without a doubt, it's coming.
Come on over. We'll play catch in the backyard. I want to get to know you, personal level, the kids. Bring them.
Let's all climb in the cave together.
He's gonna cook them all up some mushrooms. That'd be great. Team barbecue.
Team's gonna be on the shrooms.
I know they were threatening because the deal with HBO is if no one volunteers, the NFL is going to force a team, which is why I really thought the Giants were going to get picked this year. Really thought they were going to get picked this year.
Well, it's not
forced to.
It's not the NFL that forces them. It's HBO.
Is it? I thought the NFL forced a team after no one volunteered.
If I could be wrong, but my understanding was that if you had to meet certain qualifications to be eligible for it, but there was like 4 or 5 teams. And if no one volunteers by a certain date, HBO gets to pick one of those 4 or 5 teams, and they have to do it.
The only problem with the Giants, it would be really boring. It'd be really boring because the owners and the coach would be like, don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't say it. Be like, yeah, throw the ball. Yeah, it's cool.
And I could see Dayball being very secretive too.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. He'd be great.
He talked a lot of smack. Yeah.
He would be phenomenal for that show, but they're not that organization. They're like, nope. They believe in that jinx. Like, nope. We don't need any help on that front.
and all season it would be, is Jones worth the contract? What is Saquon worth whatever he eventually signs for? Look at that smooth transition here. All right, let's jump right into the Saquon thing. The deadline is Monday is it noon or 2 p.m.? One of the 2 p.m. 2 o'clock. They're saying that it's they're optimistic a deal is going to get done. The earlier thing that I was talking about before our pre-show that we started talking about before the show actually started was a little while ago. I saw something come through that Barkley deal that was offered him, including again, I'm going to say it again for the crowd as well. 19.5 guaranteed, less than the 22.2 he'd make on a franchise tag deal. So, obviously there's a couple trains of ways of thinking about this here. Number one, Ant, you mentioned before, most volatile position out there right now. And then on top of that, it's a position that's going down in salary. Guys are taking pay cuts, not resetting markets, which Barkley again said that he didn't want to do. So then the last thing I heard that was going to be in the neighborhood of a 2-year, $26 million deal, or 13 a year. I'm sorry, I didn't. It didn't say 2 years. So I'm going to pass this over to Timmy because what else can I say about it? But Timmy's got some thoughts on this.
Well,
And remember, right now it's 2/3 full blown Giants fans here, so excuse some of the passion that comes out here.
no, well, you know what? I'm calming down on Tiki Jr. I'll calm down on him real quick. I'm not really that upset yet because the deal is supposed to be coming. I remember 24 hours ago he was ready to sit out week 1. That's where my rage came from. That's where all the rage came from. Now they're talking about a deal getting done. 13 a year, fine. We heard also maybe 14. Fine. I'm okay with both of those
That's
numbers. But yeah, any more than that, dude, it's like you had a good half last year. Again, we're not blaming you, not blaming him, like he's really sitting there watching me right now. We're not blaming.
It might be. You never know.
we're not blaming you, Tiki Jr. No, we're not blaming him because he had a horrific injury. He was out, wasn't himself, but he came back last year looking really good. First half of the season last year, you still got to prove yourself, dude. You're not a 19-year, 18-a-year, 17, 16-a-year kind of guy. Take your money and be happy, man. Go out there, prove it, and you will get you'll get your shoe, you'll get your drink, you'll get your McDonald's, you'll get your fucking Hallmark, you'll get on the Manning show, you'll get all that stuff.
Hallmark.
Yeah, you'll get all that stuff that you want made up for it in your salary, guaranteed. And if you prove yourself, they will give you the extension you want.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's as simple as that. So stop being a douche. That's all I'm saying. And Anthony put it up perfectly. Anthony, go ahead. I'm gonna pass it to you, but who's what used to be before the running back? What running back is making the most money this year? Go ahead, tell him.
The running back who will take home the most money this season, as it currently stands, so before Josh Jacobs and Saquon's situations get straightened out, is Atlanta Falcons first-round pick Bijan Robinson, who will be taking home a little over $13.5 million this year. That he does not have the highest salary cap hit, but he will take home the most money of any running back in professional football this season.
What is that?
That's higher than Christian McCaffrey, everyone.
Yep.
Bijan Robinson.
So, Anthony, the whole scheme of it all for the Giants as an offense, he had an up and down. He had a phenomenal and then a decent end of the season.
The second half wasn't as good. You could say it.
Right. But overall, he was 28% of the offensive share. How easy is it if the Giants say, okay, go ahead? How easy is it to fill that void at this moment in the offseason?
At this moment in the offseason, Dalvin Cook's still a free agent, so I would say it's probably not that hard. And that's not a shot at Saquon or me overhyping Dalvin Cook. The numbers historically have said Dalvin Cook is an elite production running back. So, maybe it's not that hard. I'm more surprised that, first of all, he's going to get his money. He's the one. The Josh Jacobs one is a different story, and we're not going to get into that right now. Saquon, I do think they're going to come to an agreement. The 2 guaranteed years at $14 million is probably the most logical outcome. Even if that number is maybe a little bit lower, like I don't think that's crazy. You're not hampering yourself as a
little
team.
Bit of incentives.
Yeah, throw some incentives in there. Hey, if you rush for 1,500 yards this year, we'll throw you another $1 million or something like that. I have no problem with any of those things. I don't even really have a problem with getting that number higher. But if you're the Giants, why?
Yeah.
There's no other running backs making that kind of money. He said he doesn't want to reset the market. 13 to 14 is, I think the highest paid running back in terms of cap hit is $16 million at Christian McCaffrey. So, 13, 14 sounds about right. Saquon's not on the level of Christian McCaffrey. Like talent-wise he is, but production's nowhere near the same. Like it's not even comparable. You have one Saquon year that comes close to anything TMC has done consistently through most of his career. So, I don't know. 2 years, $14 million. You can throw on a third bogus year to spread out the signing bonus hit. I don't see any issues with that. And it's not like the Giants are hampering themselves going forward. I'm more shocked it's taken this long. And I know you guys have been furious about it, that it's still ongoing and it's still a story, because it's just a distraction. And this is a team that you talked about him being 28% of their offensive share last year. Well, they've finally added a few weapons. Maybe not all the ones that we had hoped they would add, but they've still added quality options that are going to allow. It's going to improve things for Saquon. It's going to improve things for Daniel Jones. It's going to improve the team. So it's crazy to me that this is still going on, and I don't know what he's expecting. Like, what is he? I don't understand the thought process as a running back of being like, I'm going to get that $20 million a year contract. Like, where, like, that's delusional. Like, anything you've seen in the last 4 years in the league, there's no way you're getting that money. There's no chance of you're getting that money. So,
see,
like, if someone
right after the season, that's exactly what we thought. That's the dollar amount that we thought, right, Timmy? He said after the Giants got eliminated from the playoffs. Nice to say that. Not that it's not that they got eliminated, but that they were in the playoffs. That he wasn't looking to reset the market. So then, the brain trust here, me, Timmy, and sometimes Dave, for the Giants said, all right, well, probably 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there, because we saw McCaffrey at 16. And then all this stuff started going on. Then Jones got signed. Barkley didn't want to sign the franchise. And so now here we are, and it would be funny, ironically funny, if we just ended up right at the same exact number that we all originally thought was going to happen, and all is well. That's what's going to happen. But you can't blame him for negotiating. I mean, you can't blame him, but don't take it down to the wire, please.
Yeah, and like you said, maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just a negotiating tactic. And obviously, if he signs Monday at 1:45 p.m., it's water under the bridge. No one cares. He's happy he got his money. The team's happy he's there. He's not missing any important parts of the offseason. And everyone moves on. And, hopefully he stays healthy and has a great season. I just don't understand how much more money he was really expecting on that the rumored $13 million a year offer. I had heard that offer was for as many as 4 years and was at least half guaranteed. So I'm sorry, but so we're talking 4 years, $52 million, 26 guaranteed.
Yeah,
that sounds like a great deal for a running back. He's 27, so he's literally a year away from the running back cliff of 28. Like, I don't know. I'm shocked he didn't take that on the spot, but hey.
But
we'll see what he gets on Monday.
This could be a little bit of homer in me, but remember that whole thing with Lamar Jackson, where what was being reported was like $100 million off from what ended up being remember that initial offer, like 130 million or something like that.
100 something guaranteed was the rumor. Yeah.
Right. So that was far off. So now I'm like, all right, your source and your source, I get it, but as long as he's signed before 2 o'clock, because I do want to keep Barkley. I mean, that's not a thought in my mind. But if he doesn't sign, he doesn't sign.
And
then he's a big mega douche.
Well, what I was going to say is what he doesn't understand is if he comes out opening weekend, Monday night against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, no matter how much the Cowboys have sucked, we can't beat them. We can't beat them in Dallas, and we can't beat them on a Monday night. That's 3 strikes against us week 1. He comes out and runs for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. You don't think Pringles is on the phone the next day? Doritos? Pepsi? All them fucking people be calling him the next day because it's New York against the Cowboys on a Monday night opening weekend. He'll cash in the next day. That's what pisses me off about it. It's not like he's in Jacksonville where he's they're not going to give him the deal like that, or the incentives, or the deals for the Mountain Dew, whatever. But the next day, Cowboy game, you go out there, you run 152 touchdowns, maybe catch another, maybe make a real good block. They're going to be calling him Monday morning or Tuesday morning. Excuse me. We want you. We want you. We want you. Want you. He doesn't get that, and that drives me crazy.
Well, that's what we were talking about in the pre-shows. Another thing we were talking about, the off-field incentives that you're going to get from playing in a city in a city like New York and being a star player. And I don't want to hear about the play in Jersey thing. I know it's a great joke and we all make it, but They're the Giants of New York. Like they're the New
We
York
don't make
Football Giants. They
We
are
don't
they
make
are
that.
the premier football team in the state of New York. Not discounting the Bills, but that doesn't really count. It's so far away from the city. Anyways, all that money that you're leaving on the table, do you think you're getting those kind of incentives in Houston, in any of these other markets? Like you're not going to play for like the Chargers tomorrow. And another thing, who's like, I'm sorry, but like if I'm Saquon's agent, like even as a franchise tagged player, you're allowed to negotiate with other teams. He has that option.
Yep.
Has his agent not called a single other team in this league to find out what they would pay him? Because I don't see anyone rushing to sign Dalvin Cook, and he's freely available.
Mhm.
Anyone can sign him right now.
And the
as we've
Dolphins were
seen-
supposed to swoop in the day after or the day of.
I think
for Dalvin.
Dalvin Cook is in a similar situation where he's realizing, like, hey, I'm not going to get $10+ million a year, even as a free agent. Dalvin is a year older, I believe, and has a little bit more wear and tear, but not quite the injury history. But still, like, he's been free agent for what, almost a month now?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Still hasn't signed.
Did he even go and visit New England? Right.
I don't know if he ever. I don't think
Or-
he's taken any in-person visits.
Mhm. I am pointing fingers at the Dolphins or Fins at the Dolphins.
Hey, I am a Dolphins fan. I hope they still sign him. I'm still
Well,
hanging.
I-
I'm still hanging
that
on. Hope
wasn't-
they
that
sign
wasn't-
Dalvin Cook.
but that
I didn't take
wasn't.
it as a shot. You're good.
Yeah, it wasn't a shot at the Dolphins. It was
No.
more of a like that was a foregone conclusion. It
Mhm.
seemed in
That
most
was
parts
the rumor. Yeah.
that Cook was done as soon as he got cut. Remember, it was like a Wednesday, and they announced that they were cutting him, and then they said, "Well, let's try and trade him one more time." Right? Went around, and then eventually cut him loose, and it was a foregone conclusion. It was going to be Dolphins the next day. I was getting pictures of Dalvin Cook sent to me from Dolphin fans. I'm like, dude, get out of here. And still, we're here, however many days later, and that speaks to the running back situation, the running back market.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to say that Saquon should not get paid or have to play for the minimum or anything like that. All I'm saying is, if you've got a offer on the table that keeps you in the top 5 highest paid running backs in football, and it's more than 2 years, might want to just take it.
With an injury history, yes, you take that goddamn money, and you not to use the pun, you run with it. Take the money and run with it.
See, I saw that rumor too, and then I saw. Well, I guess this other one would have made him the 7th highest paid running back, which might be a scotch disrespectful. But again, Monday we're all gonna be like, "Oh, Saquon's here! Thank goodness! All right, let's get on." That's Timmy. At 1:30, whatever time it happens, we get the thing that Saquon is signed. That I believe shifts our excitement into like overdrive for the Giants.
Of course.
And, I mean the NFL season. So fingers crossed that Timmy and I are thrilled on Monday.
Just to share this information, $13
Please
million. If his average money is $13 million, he's the 3rd highest paid running back in football, behind McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara.
Which
I always want to say
as
Kamara.
a Giants fan, I'm going to say, and this is only because of the injuries, he don't deserve to be the 3rd highest paid running back right now. And that's me as a Giants fan saying only injury wise, because that's what I'm saying.
I'll name 3 and 4, and I actually really like Saquon, but I would say Saquon doesn't deserve to be paid higher than either of these guys. Derrick Henry is 3 at 12.5, and Nick Chubb is 4 at 12.5.
Yeah, Nick
and
Chubb.
Me personally, Nick, I would take both of those players, and obviously Henry's a little bit older, but I think both of those players have proven throughout their careers to be better running backs. And granted, I understand health is a thing, but it could also be considered an ability. So
right. Well, Chubb is one of them that took a pay cut.
Yeah.
That was I believe that was a pay cut situation, but there I don't remember who it was, but there was another guy who took a pay cut as a running back right before the whole Barkley situation happened. But anyway, let's transition. Let's continue on football. But a couple of weeks ago, you guys, along with Dave was part of this, went through 1 through 32 of your quarterbacks, and so I added mine in. I sent that to you guys. So let's chat a little bit about some of the big differences, which absolutely do not include the top three. Top three was all three the same for all four of us, completely across the board. Um, I guess I'm gonna try and figure out where the biggest differences are here. So,
Daniel,
um,
Daniel Jones.
well,
Obviously,
Aaron Rodgers is probably one. I probably have
Aaron,
him lowest.
yeah, Aaron Rodgers. You had him at 10. Timmy, you have him at 5. Where did Mello have him? 6, and I have him at 7.
Okay, so it's not that far off. Okay.
No, let's go to one that is pretty far off. Timmy, you have Matt Stafford at number 8, and you have Matt Stafford at number 18.
Yep.
That's a divide.
It's a huge divide.
Close there. What's going on? Talk to me.
well, Anthony. I mean, he made a lot of good points because he went after the whole the injury problems he's had, and he may have what was it? What was the injury he may have? Like a chronic.
He has
yeah.
a chronic neck, so
Yeah.
something to do with his spine and his neck. And to me, I was honestly thinking he
biggie.
wasn't going to come back this year. And
Neck,
the fact
spine.
that this team is not going to be competing, they've clearly shown that they're rebuilding. I just have a hard time putting him as a top 10 quarterback when I'm not really sure he's going to play more than half a season.
See,
And even if he
did
does
real
play more than half a
research.
season, if he makes it through the whole thing healthy.
He did
So,
real research. I went based on everybody being everybody healthy and happy. That's how I based mine on. But yeah, no, I
Well,
mean, I
now
completely
I
understand,
now
though.
I can't get Mike Tyson saying it's spinal
The
out of my head.
I broke
Well,
my back.
because when we went over our list on that episode, I even made the comment that if Matt Stafford had a clean bill of health, he's easily in my top 10. Easily. I love Matt Stafford. I think he's a great quarterback. But with those injury concerns, I fear that we are rapidly approaching the end of his career. And that could be coming a lot sooner than I think people realize.
And where'd you have him, Steve?
I had him right in the middle. I had 13. I had him almost dead set in the middle of you guys. Couple of other things. I mean, there's more. You know what I find funny? That Melo's not here, but he gets on me so much about Kirk Cousins, and he has him at number 11. I have him at number 10.
10.
Where did the rest of us have him? Just
Timmy had him at 11, and you had him at 11 too, also.
Look,
So
Dave
we're all in one spot.
Dave
It's the
busts
same.
balls because that's what he does. He does the troll thing. We all get
Yes.
it. But I understood completely what you said when you said the comment. The guy puts up ridiculous numbers.
Yeah.
He really does. But he has Justin Jefferson, and he had a great Thielen. He had all these guys there. Diggs, he had all these guys he could throw the ball. It's just, when it came down to it, he couldn't win the big one. He couldn't win that thing. But the guy still threw like ridiculous amount of stats, touchdowns, and Dave Steve loves. That's not what he was saying. I get it.
I think the comment I made was he puts up top 10 quarterback production, but we've seen when the game matters, he's not a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah,
that makes perfect sense.
And like I said, to throw a free Netflix plug out there, that quarterback show is on now, and it's Mahomes, Mariota, and fucking Kirk Cousins are the stars of the show. So
You know what I did
can't
today,
wait-
Timmy?
Mariota bribe to
I
get on
can't
that
wait to
show.
watch it. I can't wait to watch it.
I wanna watch it too.
So as soon as you asked about that, I was watching. Quick side note here. I was just finishing up the American Gladiators documentary on Netflix, which is pretty good. Check it out. I mean, if you were a kid in the early '90s, you probably watched some American Gladiators and you saw Nitro and Ice and all these people, and it's like a blast from the past. Really takes you back to your childhood. But then they talk about syringes and all this other stuff going on. Wild stuff that we didn't know about was happening when we were young and innocent.
Yeah, you know what?
So that was good, though.
Nothing. But looking at that show now, you're like, that doesn't surprise me.
No.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, is it
1,000%.
shocking? No, I can kind of see it now. I can kind of see Ice and them all having like a, banging their way out of that stage and everything. I can see it.
There's so much drama, and I didn't know at the end. Not a spoiler or anything. I mean, Ice has a podcast. I forget what it's called. Ice something or whatever.
Ice baby.
No.
That'd be pretty funny.
But I mean, it was cool. A little blast from the past. It's 5 episodes. About I think it's 45 minutes each or so. But I immediately jumped into Quarterback and I watched the first episode of Quarterback. And it's really good. That first episode is
I gotta watch it.
Just phenomenal.
I'm gonna watch it when we're done.
Kirk Cousins is like a choir boy. We just watch his mannerisms and how he is with the family, and just remember the part about his favorite sweatshirt. It's like he's like this Gomer Pyle.
Does he do like Phillip Rivers and not curse at anybody?
I have not heard one thing. Like I'm telling you, it's very straight edge.
I've always thought of that he reminds me so much of Phillip Rivers.
If you don't curse during a football game, I can't get behind you.
Oh, then you can get behind Mahomes because that boy
he lets it fly. He lets it fly.
Which is because I can't be on the field with a guy like if I'm a lineman and a quarterback, you got to block this fucking guy. If he says, "Gosh darn it, can you get that guy?" I was like, "Dude, I can't get behind you, man. I'm sorry."
You should watch some of the old Phillip Rivers videos. They are hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen some of those. Yeah.
But okay, so based on what you just said, Timmy, there's a moment where it's a big play. So they really start just week 1 of last season, and they just go through following these 3 quarterbacks and their personal lives, what's going on there, and what's going on the field. So it's great. I can't wait to continue watching it. The only thing is that Bunker said that it was good, so I don't know about that anymore. All right, so getting back to the list here. Tua, I think there was a divide on Tua.
I had him the lowest.
The Dolphins had the lowest.
Yeah.
Okay, I had him a little lower than you.
Oh, okay. 10-4. Why?
Slightly.
Explain yourself.
Explain that one spot now. All right. So I had Tua at number 17, and I have him a little bit further down just because of I don't know if he gets hit next time, if he's ever gonna get back up.
You guys base your list on like real world facts. I was just
no.
I'm listening to my quarterback. Well, you guys like this guy might get a neck injury. This guy might. I just like, you know what? I'm gonna throw my quarter. If I have to go through injuries
Stafford
and stuff,
already has the neck injury.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that. I was just thinking about him as a quarterback. I was thinking about his injuries.
He's got like 17 concussions.
I should have done that.
But there was another stat that I heard that whatever his total touchdowns or passing yards are or whatever came in whatever percentage came in like 4 games, a vast majority that Ravens game, a lot of it happened in a short amount of time. I'm not saying that Tua can't be a top 10 quarterback. I just don't. I'm not giving him a boost because of he's got 2 double cheetahs on his team. You know that doesn't do anything for me.
But here, I heard an interesting way to look at that also.
Yeah,
right.
Please.
If Sam Howell is their quarterback, do you feel the same way? Do you think Sam Howell could do what Tua does with them? And I'm just using Sam Howell as an example. I'm just saying it's easy to say, oh, he just has great weapons. But like,
do I think Daniel Jones could do it?
A worse quarterback. Well, no. The purpose of the argument is a worse quarterback. As per my list, I had Daniel Jones over
Okay.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay.
So
My bad. I think Russell Wilson could do it. I think Stafford could do it if healthy. Sorry. I think Derek Carr absolutely could do it. Will Levis, legend, can do it.
Will could do it in his sleep.
Listen,
Yes.
35 minutes in is the first mention of Will Levis. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
and it was me.
The fact that he's not in the intro is still alarming to me.
It is. It's just be a 3-minute intro of Will Levis.
Do I want to say Jimmy G could do it just to annoy you?
You could say it. It doesn't make it true.
Terzio, what? Asked him a question? Oh, I didn't see all these comments. Asked him a question.
Terzio, and now it's the Jets propaganda because that's the All-Star break. So it's Jets propaganda now.
You know what? Since we're talking about Russell Wilson,
Roger, Roger, I'd love that.
Listen, I'm not saying I have Russell Wilson at 19.
Then you might have had him lower than I did, actually.
No, you had him at exactly 19 also. So did Timmy. And
Dave had him higher.
At 12. Was Dave smoking during that show?
He didn't want to have these tough conversations.
Tergio said, Tim, who's that wrestler who passed away a few days ago?
I don't know. Who's that wrestler that passed away?
I didn't see.
A wrestler who died 3 days ago? Oh, Draws? Darren Draws. Draws. He got crippled against D'Lo Brown. He did a powerbomb, power driver thing, and he broke his neck.
Yep.
He used to be Puke.
Puke. It's vomit all over the damn place.
Vince tried to call him Puke because he can puke on command.
Yeah.
That's so terrible.
And if you want to see a great scene, go to YouTube and look behind the wrestling where Vince was trying to talk him into becoming Puke, and Vince does the, oh my God, he's gonna puke. It's gonna puke. And then he makes the guy puke in front right in his office in his bowl or whatever. It's great.
Roger points out that we all have Russell Wilson way too high.
You know, I'm agreeing with you, Roger. I'm agreeing with you.
Wait, 100%. Do you? All right, so you have him at 19.
I got him as a rebound because of Sean Payton, and you know that's why I have him a rebound. But no, I always thought he sucked anyway. So
I think the alarming part of this is that Russell Wilson has never played in a system that involves so much timing, which is largely what Sean Payton's offensive systems have been based around. And I know that in the earlier Drew Brees years, before his arm became a noodle, they did have a lot more vertical passing in their offense. Yeah. But Russell Wilson's game has always been freelance. It's always been to a 3-step drop, look, scramble, heave it downfield. And that's not what Sean Payton's going to run for him. If anything, I think Sean Payton's going to take the ball out of his hands a ton and just try and run the ball a bunch. I mean, and if you look at their offseason moves, that's what it appears that their plan is. They spent big on offensive line. They've paid Samaje Perine to come in, and Javonte Williams is coming off the torn ACL. So
how weird is it going to see Perine in a different uniform?
I'm really what like his 6th uniform already. It's the 27-year-old career breakout.
It's been.
Well, he's finally doing what everyone thought he would do when he was
got a little
drafted.
consistent there, a little bit.
I thought he was great for Cincinnati last year. I was actually surprised Cincinnati let him walk and didn't try and re-sign him. And with all the Joe Mixon stuff, I thought for sure Mixon wasn't going to be back, but certainly appears like he is now. And they don't really have a backup over there now.
That was an awesome tandem. Last year,
phenomenal for Cincinnati last year.
Well,
I think he'll be good in Denver this year.
You know what I'm very proud of? I have said Russell Wilson 5 times, not once called him Westbrook.
I don't want to say nothing.
New achievement unlocked.
Barry Horowitz, self high five. All right, a little back on the pat on the back there. All right, a few other ones here. Well, Melo's not here. He had Jared Goff lower, at least 6 spots lower than the rest of us, 6 to 8 spots lower. The three of us were kind of in line, just a couple of guys off. Geno Smith. This is where I want to see where everybody landed. All right, Geno Smith, number 15 for Ant, 21 for Tim. This clown over here, I gotta put him above Daniel Jones. 16 for Mello, and what I did was I did exactly what Timmy did. I could not find it anywhere within me to put Geno top 20. Couldn't do it. He's still the odds-on favorite to win comeback player of the year.
Yeah, 2-time. He's going to win the 2-time. And early Vegas odds have him as the favorite to be the 3-time comeback player.
He's going to be the new Booker T. 5-time.
Yeah.
Oh, Mantar. I didn't know. I didn't even know Thursday. I'm sorry. Mantar died.
Oh,
Mantar
I did see that.
Was one of the worst gimmicks in the history of professional wrestling. I had no idea. I didn't even realize he died.
Who ranked Geno behind Russ?
I did.
You guys. Those guys.
Geno Smith.
Those guys.
Geno Smith. You listen.
Hey,
don't like Geno Smith.
When you talk about
he's
Geno
not a friend
Smith,
of the show.
Make sure you address him as Seattle Seahawks single season all-time passing yards leader, Geno Smith. Okay, just make sure you say that.
7-time comeback player of the year.
That's just how bad he was. I guess the rest of them aren't so far off. I was pretty shocked to see Mello rank anything with Baker Mayfield's name on it so low. I figured that he'd have him a little higher up.
When it came time to put pen to paper, we saw how people really felt.
Yeah, right.
I thought it was going to be Baker at 1, Will Levis at 2, Daniel Jones at 32. That's right. At least he was a little more honest this time.
Yeah, I mean, he has Daniel Jones at 17. Timmy, you had him at 16. I had him at 14. And Dave, I almost called you Dave. Sorry. And you had him at 13. So
stand by it.
We're. I mean, the difference between 13 and 17. I mean, is that
a
mega argument either? I thought it was going to be a much bigger difference. Yeah, and Raj, I don't know. I don't think Baker's going to be the QB1 there.
Kyle Trask, baby.
Yeah. Yep.
Wherever Baker gets ranked, just put Kyle Trask one ahead of him.
By the way, I'm starting a movement to ban the word goat. I just want to ban it. I just want to ban it for life. I don't ever want to hear that term again. I'm tired of it. We're going to be starting world wars over this pretty soon.
That's right.
People have tried.
I'm telling you, it's going to start pretty soon. The goat.
Brock Purdy. No,
Brock.
That wasn't enough for Brock Purdy.
Who had him the highest?
Brock. Hey,
yeah.
Brock. I did.
How and where did you have him?
18.
It's not high enough to make you explain anything, so I'll let it slide. If you had said like 15, I'd have been like, I need some answers. 18.
No.
Yeah,
no. Well, and so just so you know, my list, because you guys announced yours, I'll go through it real quick. Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, which was the same for all three of us.
Consensus top 3.
Consensus, baby. Lamar, Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Herbert at 6, Rodgers at 7, Trevor Lawrence at 8, Deshaun Watson at 9, Kirk Cousins at 10, Dak at 11.
I think you and I were the only ones that had Deshaun in the top 10.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I think we were, because I believe Dave gave me some looks for.
I want him to fail. Deshaun.
Oh yeah, so do I. But
Mello had him at 15, and so did Timmy. So we both had him at 9. They both had him at 15. But I get like that's not, you don't even have to explain that because I
no.
get it all.
No, there's no arguments there.
Kurt, all right. Dak, I have at 11. Derek Carr at 12. Stafford at 13. Daniel Jones, baby. Dave. Daniel Jones at 14. Goff at 15. Fields, Tua, Brock / Trey Lance, Russell Wilson at number 19. Kyler, Geno, Jimmy G at 22. Then I got Bryce Young, Jordan Love, Tannehill / Levis. Richardson, Stroud, Mac Jones. Can we talk about Mac Jones for a second?
Sure.
Just what a miserable.
What would you like to say?
It's just a miserable pick by widely regarded as one of the best head coaches of all time. But
Terrible general manager, though.
Miserable has Mac Jones and Bill Simmons. He's listening. Look at me, Bill. When he was like okay, like the first few games, he was like, all right, he might be closer to the second coming of Tom Brady than the other side.
Oh God.
What a horrible, horrific sports year it's been for Bill Simmons, by the way.
And Colin Cowherd.
Right. But Bill Simmons had that look in his eyes.
It's now a meme that will live in infamy
forever. The Patriots are bad. Your quarterback is legitimately bad, not Dave calling Daniel Jones bad. And the Red Sox ain't doing as bad as they thought. And the Bruins had a historic run to be knocked out in the first round.
In the regular season, they did.
Yeah, exactly.
This is their penance for all those titles they won. This is their penance now. Now they have to suffer through that.
I've long told a couple of Patriots friends of mine that enjoy this Brady run while it was going on, because when it's over, it's going to get ugly, and it's getting ugly. It's getting really ugly.
Really ugly.
And I love it. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Oh man!
There was one name. There was one
Jones
name that you
trash.
mentioned that I know for sure I had much lower than the rest of you, and it's Derek Carr.
Derek Carr, you had 20.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy at 10. Mello had him at 14. I have him at 12.
So I have a big discrepancy
good?
there.
Let's do it.
So I'm a big David Carr guy, I guess.
So,
well, yeah. You keep
what do we
Carr.
like? What do we like
David
about
Carr
Derek
that
Carr?
day too?
Derek Carr.
What do we like about Derek Carr?
What? No. What don't you like about Derek Carr?
16 games under 500 as a starting quarterback.
Win-loss for a quarterback ain't. I don't like it. I think it's the worst stat in sports. Maybe that's another topic for next week.
What do you think is a good touchdown total for a quarterback?
My whole problem with him, again, he was a Raider.
He's had weapons, though.
That's why I think
he's had weapons.
But he's still a Raider.
But he's had weapons.
But his defense has never. But his defense has never been.
Nah, don't give me that deep. When Drew Brees had bad defenses, he threw for 5,200 yards.
Well, we're not doing Drew Brees versus Derek Carr. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you got
Derek. Phillip Rivers had bad defenses. He threw for 4,800 yards.
Oh, you're talking about okay. I was still on the win-loss thing. So my bad. But okay, you were going towards.
Has he ever won a meaningful game as a starting quarterback?
Not that I can remember. Not meaningfully.
He's been a starter since 2014. He's only missed 1, 2, 3, 4 games. He's only missed four starts over that time, if I'm looking at that right. So that's great. He's been healthy. 64% completion percentage. That's his career average, which is in itself very average. 217 touchdowns, 99 interceptions. Just there's nothing special about this. I don't see why he would be in the upper half of starting quarterbacks. He doesn't make anybody around him better. If anything, you could argue that he's been carried. Some of his best seasons are usually when players like Darren Waller explode, or when Hunter Renfrow has a career year, or things like that. There's nothing that he's done to elevate others around him. And so I've never understood what is special about Derek Carr. He's also been one of the more sacked quarterbacks in football over that time. I understand that we could blame that on the offensive line. Up until 2 years ago, they had widely considered one of the 5 best offensive lines in football, with the likes of Rodney Hudson and Gabe Jackson and a number of other players they had on that offensive line. So I just don't see what's special about him. I feel like his stats are always empty. The years where he's throwing for a bunch of yards usually aren't coming in years where they're winning a lot of games, and so I
Well,
don't.
how many years did they win a lot of games? But I just
they've been
come
above
across
500 with him as a starter twice.
yeah. So I just came across a stat that I never knew existed. It's called the NFL QB Betrayal Index. Betrayal Index. So this is basically how disappointing a defense and special teams has been against their quarterback. Let me see where they rank here. Drew Brees emerges as the most betrayed quarterback of the 92 qualifiers since 2000.
And I think we'd all agree with that, right?
Yes.
That doesn't even sound surprising.
Where's David Carr? Okay. Carr is ranked even lower than Brees Saints in defensive special teams component, but Carr was less betrayed because the Raiders' offense was not as good as the Saints' defense. Carr is the 15th most betrayed quarterback of the 92, falling between Andrew Luck and Kirk Cousins. I don't know what the stat really means, but that's what it is. So it's 2022 quarterback betrayal index, the most betrayed quarterback because of their defense. So Drew Brees, Justin Herbert, RG3 is on here. Chad Pennington is on here. David Carr is on here. Patrick Mahomes is the number 5 most betrayed quarterback in the league and still pretty damn good.
They're saying he should win every game unless his defense fucks up.
That's right. Wait. So look at some of these guys that their defenses, according to these stats, have betrayed them the most. Just the names. I'm gonna pick and choose here. Obviously, RG3, Chad Pennington, David Garrard, Gardner Minshew, Matt Schaub, Christian Ponder, Jacoby Brissett.
These are Derek Carr comparables.
Trevor Lawrence.
You want to run down that list again?
Trevor Lawrence is right next to him.
So you're saying Christian Ponder?
Player, though.
Christian Ponder could have been a top quarterback of all time if he wasn't betrayed.
Betrayed. It's betrayal.
What, he was betrayed in all 8 games he played in? What is that?
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we could dive. I do want to learn what this really means. All right,
it sounds so serious. The betrayal.
It does. Betrayal. Carr sucks. Trevor Lawrence, 12-22 as a starter, says Michael Strauss.
Mike's
Tua?
a big time, lifetime Dolphin fan.
23-13. Tua,
as
52-13 touchdown interception.
As a Dolphins fan, we do have to give Trevor Lawrence a pass on that rookie year. His head coach was
probably beating the shit out of him.
Historically bad. Historically bad.
Steel chair to the back,
Urban Meyer definitely thought losing was winning. There's no other explanation for that rookie season.
Quite bad.
And I do like Trevor Lawrence. I still love me some Tua, but I think Trevor Lawrence has got a little more ability to him than Tua does. But hey, it's only played 2 years. Still needs to prove some stuff, but so does Tua. So we'll see how that plays out. I hope Tua is better. As a Dolphins fan, don't get me wrong. I want Tua to be the better quarterback.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Baseball. Real quick. The home run derby. What just thoughts? What do you guys think? I won money, baby.
No doubt about it.
I picked the winner. I'm happy about that.
I picked Mookie Betts, who lost in the first round. So
listen, he went against the winner in the first round, and in a text I said I hope he has a Piazza-like performance for Mookie Betts. Slightly better,
not very good.
Slightly better. Yeah, I think they need to get a new announce crew in there. No,
I don't like the format. There's no time to really watch the home runs. And I get it. You don't want it to be like 4 hours long, but like, fuck, man. Julio Rodriguez comes up and is hitting bombs, and I don't get to see any of them because they're like, all right, next pitch. All right, next pitch. It's like, holy shit. Can I at least see where the ball landed?
But,
Do
but-
you
but-
remember?
Oh, sports show, yeah. Sorry.
You remember the Florida
I agree.
one with Judge and Giancarlo teeing off? Like every single one of those, everyone's like, "Wow."
Yeah.
You could enjoy that, but now if that home run derby happened today, you wouldn't even know where half those balls went. You would just be like, "Oh, he hit it really hard, cool."
Thanks.
And it was happening so quickly that some poor. What you got there, buddy?
What is this? Well, there's a party this weekend. What is this? Tito's,
Simply raspberry lemonade,
Simply Raspberry Lemonade, Tito's vodka,
frozen fruit,
frozen fruit.
and
Oh, we're being taste tester. Yes, there it is.
Oh, that's good.
You didn't smell it. You got to smell it. How's
Yeah.
the
Yeah, waft.
Oh, there you
go.
wafting? Excellent form.
Waft.
I think he was raised.
Yes.
It's good
Very
stuff.
nice.
Form.
I like it. I like it a lot.
good.
you can't really taste it.
No,
Yeah, so
people didn't get drunk off that. Sorry. Yeah.
But I also
That's
think
what you're in
that
for.
yes, I also think that the announcers were very
They
boring.
were.
Yeah.
They were.
It-
This was the
it-
most boring.
I
Even
miss
when I
Herman.
walked in, when I checked in, I was like, I was bored. I didn't care about anybody who was in it either. I mean, it's just me personally. I was like,
Probably the only reason why I watched it all the way through is because I had money on it. That's it. But after Pete, I mean, Jesus, this guy goes off on in the first round, and I'm like, I don't even want Pete to try at this point to break his elbow or pull out.
Did you
his
see?
shoulder or
He
something.
signed the balls for the fans every time he hit
Yes.
one out. I was laughing. I said, "Yeah, but he probably got carpal tunnel, which is why he couldn't win." He's signing all the balls. His hands are like this. And he's trying to win a home run derby now.
Jeter did not look happy being next to Big Puppy. Big Poppy, I think.
He was pissed about that jersey.
I don't think he liked it at all. Like
he was pissed.
I thought it was hilarious.
it was
mad.
awkward, right? The popcorn.
it
You
was
want
hilarious.
popcorn? Do you want popcorn? The whole thing was-
Jeter was mad. It was great.
and what was it?
He didn't even try to be nice. He was like, "Oh yeah," and he threw it. He threw it.
I just want to say that as a Marlins fan, I'm really disappointed with the way he was forced out. I really actually thought he was trying to win, which is why he got forced out. So
He was trying to do things the right way.
There will be no winning here.
we don't do that here.
Oh, but the part where they were sitting behind home. I don't know what inning was, but they were eating pop. Like A-Rod and Poppy are now besties and eating popcorn from the same bucket. How nauseating is that? And then they asked about what's your favorite part? Did you guys see that part during the All-Star game?
I missed it.
What's your favorite part about it?
Yeah,
And,
I watched like a half an inning of the All-Star game. I'm not even gonna lie.
I had it on the background, but Poppy mentioned the weather, and Jeter was like, "Really? That's what you're going with, the weather?" He was like, "Yeah." And then A-Rod came to his defense or something. It was like, "Oh yeah, usually you're sweating, it's hot, but now it's nice. It's in Seattle and whatever." But
Did you see the new it was like a meme going around that all these guys who were accused of steroids should have another home run derby, and the winner gets into the Hall of Fame. Because right now they're all Bonds and Rodriguez, they're all banned kind of. They're all on that red
I
list.
would still bet on Barry in that scenario.
Have anyone seen him in the last?
Yeah. I saw a video of him last week. He's doing jujitsu training, and he just got some different belt. And
Is
he's
is that
still
back to
pretty.
normal?
He's not as big as he was in those late Giants years, but he's still a rather large human being. I think people forget that he wasn't a small person to begin with. I still think
he was bones. He
was pretty skinny.
He was
when
he
he was
was
hitting
skinny,
leadoff
but
for the
he
Pirates.
was
Yeah.
tall.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yeah, tall. Yeah, but
He was still doing 40 home run seasons in Pittsburgh, though. Like, this is not like the guy just started hitting home runs in San Francisco. We're not going to do the Barry Bonds argument
right now.
We're not going to do the Barry Bonds argument. I will sit here and argue tooth and nail that he is the greatest five-tool player to ever play baseball.
I think he's a fucking ball licker. He's a racist pile of shit. That's what I think.
We're gonna.
I
leave that
agree
as
with
the
all of it.
With all of it.
Screw you,
all of it.
Bonds.
Oh, not that he's the greatest five-tool player of all time.
No, he's a racist.
No, I think
bastard.
he's the greatest douche of all time.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a good person. He's a terrible person. But in terms of what he did on a baseball field, I don't know that there's anyone like him.
All right, let's this is a slow news cycle sports wise. So I figured this was the perfect opportunity to play a little game.
Ooh, game time.
It's game time.
Game time.
Now,
No
you've
whammies,
seen
no
this.
whammies. Stop.
Everybody has seen it on, if you watch any TikTok video, if you're on social media at all, you've seen this happening.
Is
and
it
it's
Plinko?
blind-
It is.
No,
playing
we're
Plinko?
blind. We are doing live blind rankings
Ooh.
of quarterbacks
Oh.
in the NFL.
Oh.
So I have several lists of
Oh man. Do I
of
need pen and
5.
paper?
No, well, I mean, if you want to, but I have several lists of 5 quarterbacks. You don't know which is the next one coming. I feel like the guys who do it on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, I feel like they're pausing or
game.
they're doing it again and coming up with things.
Oh, so it's like, you don't know what's coming next, so you might put the guy in the wrong spot and then you're screwed.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. So it's going to be 1 through 5. I'm going to give you a quarterback's name and you're going to plug him in, and we'll see what the ranking is.
A lot of pressure.
We'll see what the ranking is as we finish up. So you guys, so we can do it one at a time, but I think it would be more fun if you both did it at the same.
I agree. I think we both
Okay.
have to do it at the same time.
Let's do it. All right. So
This is good.
Again,
I like this.
1 through 5. Terzio, who's the next guy to drop from ESPN? He wants to know if you have any insider information.
I think now they're going after the normal people, the behind the scenes people. They're all getting fired
Normal
next,
folks.
which is why I was hoping David would come. I could tell him that his job prospect, it's 50-50 right now. So they're firing a lot of people, but he might be on the new people that come in. So he has it's 50-50.
Okay, I'm just
right.
putting my numbers here. All right, so 1 through 5. I'm gonna call out a name. You tell me where that person should
And this
be.
is based on everything. All quarter. This is quarterback.
All the quarterbacks in NFL.
All the stats, all the running, throwing.
Are these only current quarterbacks, or are we doing are there
current
some weird
quarterbacks?
Names in it? Okay, current. Thank you.
Current quarterbacks. In the future, we can do some all time guys, like top 20 guys or whatever.
I like that.
Let's start off with Derek Carr.
See, I hate this because I don't know what other names are going to pop up.
I know that's the problem.
I'm going to put him 4.
That's the perfect part of it.
I'm going to put him 4.
Carr 4 for Anthony. Lock him in. He knows the verbiage and everything. Lock him in, baby.
Yeah. I watch these TikTok videos.
See, I'd want to put him at 5, but then I know you're going to pop out with a Geno Smith. I'm going to be.
I'm waiting for Brock Purdy. That's why I put him at 4.
You know what? I agree. It's a good spot to put. I'm going to put him at 4 also.
All right. So dual cars at 4.
Only because I'm saving that spot for Geno Smith. So
next up, Justin Fields.
Shit.
Tim, you go first.
See, this is why I love the game, because even when they're recording themselves, they're like, "Oh my god, what do I do with this person right now?"
And you don't, and you don't know.
If said 6.
Where are you going? Now, Steve, are you picking these random?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it is
You
random.
picking them random, or did you pre-make the list?
No, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling and stopping.
Shit.
Okay, so you have no control. So you're not really going to. You might not screw us with a Geno Smith.
That's why I'm looking at you guys and then scrolling, and then I look over here.
I'm going to put him at 5. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble.
I'm going to put Fields at 3.
Fields at 3. For I got this backwards.
Son of a bitch. I'm going to scroll on somebody good.
Okay. Let's see. This is the third quarterback that we're going to choose. And scroll. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's not
Fuck.
that bad.
Oh, it is because he could be the best name we get.
This is
But you don't want to
awesome.
put him at 1 because if you get like
Love
a
this
like
shit.
a
Love
Joe
it.
Burrow or something.
I'm putting him at 3 because I hate him anyway. So. I have no problem putting Brock Purdy above him just because I hate him so much.
I think I had him at 4 on my regular list, on my QB list, and the chances of you getting one of the 3 I have ahead of him don't seem very. I'm gonna go ahead and put Hurts at 1 on this. I'm gonna regret it, but I'm put Hurts at 1.
Ooh.
Man, you think things through.
Ant's a thinker. All right. So let's see what we got here so far. So Ant has number 1, Jalen Hurts. Number 2 is empty at the moment. Number 3 is Justin Fields. Number 4, Derek Carr. Number 5 is empty at the moment. For
That's what I
Timmy, you need top 2 guys here. Hurts, you got it number 3. Carr at 4. Fields at 5. Oh boy, here we go.
I'm gonna hate these last 2. I know it.
Yeah, you are. Jordan Love.
Oh God.
5. I'm not
2.
even.
2. I have to put him at 2.
You got to.
I gotta put him at 2. There's no choice.
All right, let's do it. Okay. So this is gonna lock in Timmy's number 1 and Ant's number 2. Here we go.
Come on, somebody good.
Geno Smith.
God damn it. This game is rigged.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
no lie, that actually works. I think that's exactly how I had them ranked on my list.
I'm calling shenanigans. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm waiting for Mello's face to pop up and with the troll to start laughing.
Okay. All right. So now what?
Can I get a flip? Can I get a flip? We'll call it a flip. I'll just flip the whole list.
Tim's list is reversed.
All right. So we could do this with really anything. It could be movies. It could be anything. So I kind of wanted to start talking about it on the show, but maybe doing that as a show, live, having people come on. Like maybe Terzio comes on and we do, all-time quarterbacks, and he picks, Namath at 1 and Favre at 3
Patriots
and
players ever.
heading to the 2.
Flash Gordon.
All right. So now let's just do this. We'll do 2 this week, and then we'll kind of we'll talk about in the chat how we want to move forward with it. But who's 18? Terzio, which is top 5. Just 5.
I think he's putting Geno Smith at 18.
Oh, okay. King Kong Bundy 5. We're just doing 5 spots. All right. Now this we'll close it out with NFL teams heading into this next season.
Okay. Oh, my pen died. Man.
All right, here we go. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
I said, are you ready? All right, first team up. That was a bad scroll. Went to the bottom. First team up, the Minnesota Vikings.
Three. And put them in the middle.
Seems like a safe bet there.
Yeah, I'm debating on if I want them 3 or 4.
Dave would probably just troll at 5.
I'm gonna go 4. I'm gonna go 4 Vikings.
Here we go. I freaking love this game. All right, next up, Cincinnati Bengals.
So what are the odds
2.
we get? Yeah, I was gonna say 2 because what are the odds we get another one above there? But I like 2.
2.
Double Bengals at 2. Here we go. We got 3 more to go. Little drum roll. The Las Vegas Raiders.
5.
5.
This is coming together nicely, I think, for you guys so far.
So far.
Yeah. So far.
All right. Next up, the Washington Commanders.
Fuck, see?
There it is.
There's the bomb. There's the bomb.
And my list is fucked.
Yeah. It's
Can we get a
Commanders
do-over?
at 3.
Can we get a do-over?
Gonna pass.
Tim and I refuse to rank them. Pick a different team.
They're 5B.
Oh.
That's
What's
it,
Tim's lowest available spot? 4?
Tim's is 4. Yours is 3.
That's where he is. That's where they are. They're at 4.
Yeah. All right. So
Number 1, baby. Here's
both
number
of
1.
your number 1 spots are available.
It's going to be the fucking Jets.
It's gonna be the fucking Seahawks with fucking Geno Smith again.
Ready? Here we
Guy's
go.
gonna haunt me for the rest of my life.
The Miami Dolphins.
Wow, look at that.
What a great list. What a great list. Love it. What a great game. I feel like I won both rounds.
Oh
Geno
man! All right,
Smith.
so that was hilarious. All right, so for that one, you got Anthony's got Dolphins at 1, Bengals 2, Commanders. Commanders really screwed you guys. 3, Vikings 4, Raiders 5. Timmy, Dolphins, Bengals, Vikings, Commanders, Raiders.
Dang, had I just stuck with Timmy
It's
on
not
that
bad.
first one and put the Vikings at 3, I would have felt so much better.
Yes.
All right, it wasn't too bad. It's not
No.
Geno Smith bad, but it was not that bad.
Yeah, do you know what? See, that's the greatness of the game. Geno Smith, number 1 quarterback. Number 2, Jordan Love. All right. So anything else that you guys want to cover tonight? It's a slow work week. You know, no
Very slow.
bowling maybe on. A little pool here and there.
I like watching bowling. Those people really
I like going bowling.
get into that game, man.
Yeah,
No.
you like watching bowling?
I do actually. It's relaxing.
I like
It's
it if
relaxing.
that one guy's on.
That one crazy guy that one year who became
Yeah.
like a viral sensation.
Him. If he's on, I like to watch it.
What
You
was the
have to
exact
put a
quote?
bowling ball down there in the logo.
What was the exact quote? Like I did it. What the hell did he say? What was the big quote he said?
Whoever you think you are, I am.
Yeah, whoever you think you are, I am. It's like what?
Wait, what?
That was
What
a great
did he
quote.
say?
That was a great quote.
I do want to bring up that some contests that I'm going to be posting here right after the show. If I can, okay. I got our first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles screenings are gonna start going up in Phoenix and Vegas. That's fun. Cowabunga, dudes. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtles?
Michelangelo.
We can't do a top
Yeah.
5 of those. Me too, Michelangelo.
Yeah, we're in unison on that, Michelangelo.
And then theater camp. That's gonna be making the rounds. There's a special event in Miami. If you're in Miami, it might be stuff that's going on around the country. It's for Blue Beetle this Friday. I don't know if it's a fan event that's happening in some of the bigger markets, but that's the thing. And then Gran Turismo is going to be coming up soon.
Blue Beetle's not Mexican?
Oh man, I'm like, and just jumping into seeing that conversation after the fact, I'm like, what the hell is going on? That's great.
I saw that comment. I was like, what? Yeah, he is.
So
Like
great.
you know, it's hard to read sarcasm in a text. So some people like just jump like, what?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I-
What do you mean?
I just sat back and watched. Like, okay, I didn't mean to start this. It's just
Either way, it's a lot of fun.
I,
All
I
right,
wrote,
so
I wrote another good trailer. I thought.
That was
Yes.
a phenomenal trailer.
that got a lot of
I
solid
think you
reaction.
should read. I think we should open the shows with you reading your trailer for a movie every week.
I have to admit though, the trailer was like a pre thing. I just filled it in.
It worked. Can you do a trailer
Like Mad
for
Libs.
if Barbie and Oppenheimer was one movie?
Yeah, I could do it. That's a big thing right now. That's a big thing. Like that really is.
By the way,
Barbenheimer.
Yeah, Barbenheimer is like a big thing.
And so the advanced screening for the critics down here is on the same night. So the critics are, everybody wants to go see Oppenheimer.
Dude, I think Barbie
looks.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks clever.
I think it looks.
Ryan, what's his name, had me laughing.
I want to
through all
laugh.
the trailers.
Yeah.
He had me laughing through the whole the trailers. So I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm in for it.
I mean, I'm not saying I would see Barbie over Oppenheimer or what, but listen, I'm at a point right now. I just need some laughs. So I think Barbie provides that over Oppenheimer.
Steve?
For Barbie, yes.
Yes, right choice.
What do you mean? Barbie World?
Well, the only 70 millimeter IMAX in the state of Florida is at the Science Museum down there in Broward.
Science.
Fort
Yes,
Lauderdale.
I'm definitely gonna go. I go to all the. You used to go with Raph, I'm sure.
All the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Yeah, we.
Is it an IMAX worthy movie? It's not like it's action.
Oppenheimer.
It's not action packed or anything.
But
it's Christopher Nolan. He's gonna throw some IMAX shit everywhere.
Yeah, sound.
Christopher Nolan. Yeah,
but
he probably takes his shit in IMAX. Doesn't mean I want to watch it
in Dolby. Well, this is the largest IMAX screen. Is it still in the country?
I don't know if it's in the country, but I know it's the only one that actually does the full 70 millimeter in the state of Florida.
We have one 68. That's one that I sneak out of work go to. It's literally 10 feet from my job. It's the only one in New York that's standard size.
Yeah,
I want to try and I'm not going to be able to get down there to see it while it's still there, so it doesn't matter. But I wish I could see it, and I might go. There's one on iDrive. It's not quite that size, but it is nice. I got to see Guardians there thanks to one of our other members who came through with some tickets for me.
Yes.
And seeing that there at their IMAX theater there on iDrive, that was phenomenal. Guardians, great movie, by the way.
Yes, and I'm telling my son, I said, we all see movies together. And I'm like, listen, Oppenheimer trailer, we've been seeing that trailer for a year now. I'm like, do you want to see this movie? I think so. I said, listen, it's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of bullshit. Do you want to see? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I was like, you know what? I'll go by myself. I'll go alone. I don't need you falling asleep in the middle of goddamn Oppenheimer and not know what's going on.
I don't know that he'll be able to if you go to IMAX and see it, because those explosions are going to wake him up.
That's right. What explosion though? It's about building the bomb, not igniting the bomb, right? Is it going to be? That's why I'm saying. Why is it IMAX worthy? Well, it's just Nolan.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
It's going to be the whole.
I don't care because
lead up to one explosion.
Yeah. It'll be 30 minutes long. It'll be.
It's going to show the exact path the ripple took.
Nolan's fucking childhood films are like IMAX. So like fucking. That guy is a weirdo.
He was filming 70 millimeter in elementary school.
His kids' birthday parties are like fucking epic adventures.
So the Museum of Science down here is the largest IMAX screen in the state of Florida, and the largest IMAX screen in the country is at AMC Lincoln Square.
That's the one I go to.
That's your guy. 76 feet tall, 101 feet wide.
And they redid the seats in there, which is nice. They used to have the really uncomfortable ones to cram as many people in there as possible. So where you're literally on top of the next person. Like if you go in winter, there's just coats everywhere because there's nowhere to put your coat because it's all crap. But now they got like good, comfortable seats in there.
The Science Museum used to be like that back in the day. When I was a kid, the seats in there were super uncomfortable. They've changed it a lot since then.
Yeah, and I still wish that they would that you could just buy your assigned seat there by now, but you still can't.
They still don't do that?
Nope.
It's 2023. Are you kidding me? The movie theater doesn't do assigned seats. What world do we live in?
It's just that theater.
Is it
and
kindergarten again? Come on now.
You still pay you still got to pay extra to get first entry. in there.
I'm disgusted to tell you how early Ralph and I used to get there to see some of those movies because it was still like that back then.
The last one I did was episode 7, Star Wars. Had to be episode 9. Yeah, because by 8 we would sign seats, I think. But 7, yeah, the movie started at 7. I was there at 2.
Man.
I told the guy at the theater, "You see me, right? I'm number 1." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "No, 1."
No,
I
for
said,
real.
Yeah, I said, "I'm not joking. I'm 1." Because I was starting knocking people over. If you don't remember how number 1, he's like, "Yeah, okay." I sat in the lobby. I watched the other ones.
I still remember when The Dark Knight came out. I did not see it in IMAX initially. I saw it opening night, though, Thursday night, midnight release, because back then we didn't get the normal screenings on Thursdays. It was only midnight on Thursday.
It was we used to call ourselves the Midnight Warriors, baby.
Actually, the theater right next to your house there, Steve, Regal 23 at Sawgrass, is where I saw it. They had it showing on all 23 screens. They had a showing at midnight, and I believe the next showing was at like 3 a.m. And they just had a line of people. And what they did is if you had a ticket, they would take you and they would go fill up Auditorium 1. And then as soon as Auditorium 1 get filled up, they would just divert the line to Auditorium 2. And so we lucked out, and the theater we went to go in was almost full. And we kind of just snuck back out to the line and jumped in the next theater and got in early and got better seats. So it worked out nice for us.
So they filled each theater?
20, all 23 screens showed it at the same time at midnight, and then all 23 screens had it again at 3 a.m. Dark Knight. Those were different times.
Oh, for sure. And
2008.
2008.
Shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
You mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy. I know we're going into deep into movies here now, but Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember it was whenever they do a screening on a Thursday night, a press screening. It's not good. The movie's not going to be good. And I was tired, and the only reason why I went to the press screening was because it was at Sawgrass. I didn't even feel like seeing it. I was tired. It was the day of, later on that night was when the movie was going to start playing for everybody. But obviously very thankful that I did. The other one
that was the first Guardians.
That was the first Guardians, and that came out in August, which is typically a dumping ground. But we don't consider that with Marvel. But the other one that was very similar to that was Whiplash. I didn't want to see it. It was a Thursday showing, same night. Phenomenal. I wanted to jump out of my seat and grab him and slap the shit out of him. I was treating that kid, man.
J. Jonah Jameson.
That son of my bitch. Son of a bitch.
Just should have got him some Spider-Man photos.
You're rushing. You're rushing.
That scene is so fucking intense, though. Oh my god! I remember the first time watching it, like, oh my god.
Pace.
And it's like 10 minutes long. Yeah, not my pace.
Yeah, it's a long scene too. It's not short.
It's okay. It's okay. Are you rushing?
When
or are you
he's
dragging?
starting to bleed,
are you rushing or are you dragging? It's like, oh god.
I don't know. You tell me.
That was a great movie, though. I remember probably the earliest I ever got it for a screening was oh my god, I'm not gonna remember the name of it. What's the Liam Neeson movie where his daughter gets kidnapped? Taken. Roth and I went to see Taken. I shit you not, a legit 6 months before it came out. Like, I hadn't even heard of the movie, and he's like, "I got these screening tickets. You want to go?" I'm like, "What is it?" It's like, "It's this movie Taken. It doesn't come out till later this year." Like, I've never even heard of it. He's like, "It'll be fun. Come on." So I went with him, and it was a cool movie. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and then like months passed, and then I started seeing trailers for it. I'm like, "Holy fuck! This is a movie I saw several months ago
earlier this year."
Yeah.
Yeah, that one scene gets me. I mean, especially as you become a parent, of when he says he's going to, they're taking you. Oh my god, just always sends a shiver down my spine. All right, that'll do it for us this week. Got a little bonus movie talk out of us. Dave at home with the sniffles, little allergy thing. Case of the Daniel Jones, whatever. Damitis.
You're rushing. You're rushing the finale of the show.
No, I see. I see you change your name to Nogino. I like it. I like it a lot.
I had to.
I like it a lot. Nogino. He had to beat number 21. He couldn't be in my top 20. All right, Timmy. What you got on the way out here?
What do I have on the way out? I don't know. Mission Impossible. Let me see real quick.
Oh,
I
yeah.
liked it. I liked it. I have a few problems with it, but I still enjoyed it.
Ruben hated it.
Oh, it was a shock. Fucking, there was no gay guys in it. Of course he hated it.
Wait. Just a quick thing on.
See, real quick too. Can I just say, who was he having the argument with? Was it Don? Who was he having the argument on the chat a couple weeks ago? About a movie.
I think it was Don. What was it? What movie?
I forget. Anyway, it doesn't matter what it was because he started with the and I literally almost wrote like, why don't you go F you mother? I said no, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm not gonna stoop to that level. I'm not gonna.
Oh wait, but you did respond saying.
I had to write something.
You temper. Yeah, it was very tempered. It was a tempered response. He saw the movie Joyride and surprise. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to judge it either way. But he tweeted something negative about it, and the star of the movie Sherry Cola liked the tweet. I was like, well, that's what you do best. Being negative about movies on social media.
Fuck that guy.
All right.
I will say, just too sweet will be back. Eric is still missing in action. He was attacked backstage. We don't know who the culprit was. He's getting better.
Lights went out.
That's right. The lights went out. We're trying to solve the mystery of who took him out. But our next show though, we're going to do a Forbidden Door. We're going to do a Forbidden Door show. So if anybody wants to join, anybody watches AEW and WWE, you have to watch both. We're going to do the biggest pay-per-view ever. We're going to put WWE versus AEW in a 2-night grand premium live event. I know me and Dave are in. Maybe Gil might be in it, but because we saw someone else did it and we saw it, we're like, "Oh, that's a good idea." I think we should do our own.
That's what I sent to you guys.
The one you said. So I think we're gonna do our own version of that because Moxley's out of my main event. That's for goddamn sure. So
wait, is there gonna be like a Survivor Series type battle, like
no,
Austin versus Bischoff?
Well, the guy who did that one had Moxley, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns in a triple threat because he got the 3 members of the Shield.
Yeah,
Moxley ain't making my main event. He's gonna open the first show.
If MJF isn't in the main event, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. So we're gonna do our own version of that. If anybody wants to join in for that, more than welcome. I'll figure out when we can do it.
Let me know what night that's gonna be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Because like I said, Eric's still missing. We're trying to find the culprit who took him out, and when we do, he'll pay dearly.
Son of a bitch is gonna pay
for it. That's right.
That bastard. Bastards. All right, Anthony, what you got on the way out here?
I just want to point out how interesting it is that we found out about this new Superman Legacy movie like 6 months ago, and we already know the whole cast. And we've known about this fucking Fantastic Four movie for like 5 years and don't know a single person that's going to be in it.
Well, they're waiting for D23. They're
Jessica Alba? No.
Which one? The one 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, this year, next year,
next month, August. They're waiting for August.
But we've passed how many D23 since they announced that movie, and we don't have a fucking cast yet.
Well,
it's called a tease, Anthony.
Yeah, now they're going to
teasing.
Now they know that the cast is. Now they're going to announce them. Look, I got the.
But do they? But do they?
No.
Do you know the cast?
We'll talk about this
offline. Never mind.
So it's not Jessica Alba.
No.
Are any of them going to be Mexican?
I hope so.
That's the way to do it. What was that? Was that your
not Mexican?
Did you know George Lopez was Mexican?
What's this guy's name? I just watched the stand-up comedy on Netflix. Just came out. Netflix.
Oh my God!
Don't make me type this and then you name it.
Tom
Segura.
Tom Segura.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sledgehammer.
Tom Segura. He's hilarious.
It was. I think it was my first time watching him.
You never watched Tom Segura before? You should go watch some of his old stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to because it was this particular one. It was very funny the way he I don't remember what he mentioned something political, and he just wanted a reaction. He was like, "All right, now I know what kind of crowd it is." All right, and then he went on, but it wasn't like a divided type thing. It was hilarious.
Did you hear the Ted Cruz story? You saw the Ted Cruz story part about his neighbor who is a politician, but he won't name him.
Oh yes, yes.
Pretty fucked up, but it's funny.
But the what was it? Oh my god, what was his? He looks very black in this picture.
Tom Segura?
Yeah. Tell me. Wait. Let me share this.
Please
tell me
he looks so black. He's Mexican.
Hold on.
Seriously though, all I made was that one joke, the Mexican Iron Man joke. I did not think it would take on a life of its own.
You wrote a trailer for it.
Yeah, because people were fighting. Because people were fighting over: is he Mexican? Is he not Mexican? I think he is Mexican. Well, maybe it's like, dude, really? It was a joke.
He looks very, 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 very tan here. No?
Can you zoom in? It looks kind of small.
Yes. Not what she said.
It's a very funny angle because he does not have any sort of
the sledgehammer one.
Yes.
Yeah, he does look black there.
Okay, thank you.
And this far away, he does.
You are correct.
Definitely not.
He is not. Did you watch the John Mulaney, the one right there, Baby J?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yes.
You like Mulaney or no?
I love Mulaney, but I thought this one was a little eh.
I actually saw that show live
This is him.
At the
He's
Hard
not
Rock
black.
down there by Steve.
Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I loved the one at Radio City. I watched that one all the time.
Oh, that's a great one. That's one of my favorites. He's
Maniscalco's coming down here.
Maniscalco, yeah.
He's coming down here. He's doing Hard Rock Live, I think, at the end of this month. But he just gets me on the way he's so nonchalant about, you know. All right, Ant, was that it?
That's it.
Your D23. You're upset. You want to know that Jessica Alba is going to be in this?
Yeah, just can we find out already, please?
Listen, yeah. All right. I'll tell you who Mr. Fantastic is, but that's it.
Okay, deal.
It's Jonah Hill.
Oh, I have a feeling Miss Fantastic's wardrobe is going to be a little different for this movie then.
No, it tightens everything up.
No, it's going to be a looser fitting outfit for sure.
All four of them Mexican.
Jonah Hill converted. All right.
It's called Quattro El Fantastico. That's what it's really called.
On that note, let's get on out of here. Keep you updated on everything that's going on in the world of sports inside the group, and we will talk to you guys next week when hopefully Saquon has been signed by the New York Football Giants. Until then, because Saquon's coming out of if he leaves, he's out of this opening, and you know who's in, baby. You know who's in. All right, peace out, everybody.
Fantastico.
Peace out, Holmes.